Has everyone heard the statement, you are what you eat? Well, it's not really that simple, but I'm going to break it down for you. My name is Andrew Cook, and through personal and professional studies, I've learned a few metabolic hacks to help you out. The metabolic rate is affected by three different things. The biggest contributor is going to be the basal metabolic rate, followed by exercise activity thermogenesis, and also diet-induced thermogenesis. I'm going to break those down just a little bit more for you to help you understand. The basal metabolic rate is the energy required for basic living functions. They're the autonomic function, which are subconsciously occurring functions around your body, like your heart beating, breathing regularly, and also growing and repairing cells that may have been damaged from previous use. A large contributor to basal metabolic rate is lean muscle mass because of its high energy requirements to be used and sustained for daily life. So the more lean muscle you have, the higher metabolism you will have for your daily life and for daily caloric burn. According to Eat for Health, the Australian Department of Health, the basic metabolic rate accounts for 45 to 70% of the energy expended daily. In layman's terms, that's just caloric burn for your day. Because most of our energy is burned passively or autonomically, a factor we can influence is actually physical activity. Exercise activity thermogenesis is the somatic function or the voluntary movement or activities that you do in the day. These movements of your body include when you raise your arms to pet your dog or your cat, or even when you move your mouth to speak, like what I'm doing now, and also standing up. A simple way people have tried to increase their exercise activity thermogenesis is by tracking and setting step goals for their days. For example, I have Whoop Band, and that's not only tracks my steps, but primarily is used to track my heart rate and my daily body strain. The heart rate aspect of it is the basal metabolic rate I talked about previously, along with body strain, which is the exertion, and that includes the exercise activity thermogenesis part, which is the second part. For a person who trains moderately for 30 to 45 seconds in a day, a Better Health article published in 2023 stated, exercise activity thermogenesis contributes to 20% of our daily energy use. Couple that with the basal metabolic rate, and we're sitting at 65 to 90% of daily caloric burn. In order to fuel your movements and your activities throughout the day, you must eat and drink fluids to sustain your energy, which brings me to the third thing, diet-induced thermogenesis. Diet-induced thermogenesis is the autonomic function that requires energy to be broken down, transported, and stored energy in your body. Again, autonomic function is that subconscious function that your body is doing. Simply eating and drinking burns your energy. Have you guys ever experienced that tired feeling after a big meal on Thanksgiving? The slang term for this is actually called the itis, or a food coma, but scientifically speaking, it's called the postprandial somnolence. But I think I'll stick with calling it the itis. Diet-induced thermogenesis directly affects your BMR, which is further increasing your energy usage. Carbs and protein take about the same amount of energy to process in your body, while fats actually take double the amount, which is why most people tend to feel that itis after those high-fat foods. I know after having 2 plates on Thanksgiving along with 2 pieces of cheesecake, I'm feeling pretty bad. And then most of the time I end up taking a nap. Diet-induced thermogenesis accounts for 5 to 10% of daily caloric burn, bringing our total to that perfect 100% that we know that everyone likes to strive for during assignments in this class. Because all the three main metabolic factors can be individually influenced by your actions, managing it with knowledge is possible and attainable. By understanding the basal metabolic rate, exercise activity thermogenesis, and diet-induced thermogenesis, you have the ability to manage or even improve your metabolic rate through time and training. Every small adjustment matters. Thanks for listening, class.